Hey guys, the hunter with Hawkeye here. You see I look a little bit like a giant bush here holding a bow. Um, I am wearing a full ghillie suit and I've got face paint on. Face paint lasts for 4 real hours, so it should be good for any hunt. If you're hunting longer than 4 hours, you might take it along with you, but I usually don't hunt that long. I'll just put it on and then throw it back in the tent. Today I hope to get after some coyotes. I've had one of the subscribers, Bassmaster, has requested that I hunt coyotes, and so I'm going to do that today. I'm bringing along the bullpup rifle. I'll probably carry that until I get it to 250 kills or so, and then I'll retire it for a bit. I'm bringing the 2-6 by 26 rifle scope. I really like that for anything up close. I really like it for hogs and bear because the reticle is so bright on a dark background. But with coyotes, if you got multiples coming in, I like to zoom out and take one, and then potentially zoom in and take a runner. That's one advantage that has over the aim point. Bringing the Parker Python compound bow here, and I'm taking along the rangefinder sight, which I really like for that bow. Bringing a 44 mag pistol, iron sights. I can take anything on the reserve except for turkey with that pistol. I am taking the 12 by 50. You guys watch my hunts, you know I like to take that with me if I've got the room, just to be able to swap to and use it as a spotting scope. Maybe get a spot on an animal that I wouldn't otherwise. I've got all the right calls for Whiteheart Island. Got the jackrabbit call, I've got my grunt, my bugle, I've got the turkey locator, and then I've got the turkey box call. I may not hunt turkey much in this hunt, I probably won't, but since I've got the room, I'm taking them with me. Focus here is going to be on coyotes. So I've got my extra ammo, camping supplies in case I need to fast travel, and I'm bringing a first aid kit. First aid kit is a new one for me on this reserve. In the past I wouldn't have brought it with me, but we have this thing called gravity now, and I'll take it with me everywhere I go now. So what's our plan of action? I'm going to follow this road north up here to this intersection. I will usually, you can see I'm starting at my tent here, I'll usually get into some coyotes between here and there. That hasn't been the case recently. I don't know why, but for whatever reason I haven't been finding coyotes as much as I have in the past. So I'm hoping that we break that streak today and get into them, and I will bring you guys in when I get some action. Well, we've got an elk bugle right off the bat. I am at least going to call those in and take a look at them. This is going to be a little bit different for me. I'm usually not wearing a ghillie suit. The ghillie suit, if you're not aware, it actually makes more noise when you move, which makes sense. If you look at it, it's got all these loose leaves on it, and that would be realistic. The problem as far as that goes, when you're hunting elk, especially here, is there's a great chance of multiple elk, and I frequently find myself having to reposition, move around while they're really close to me. I won't be able to do that here because that will spook them off, so I'm going to go ahead and hop in my turkey blind and call them in. Hopefully I'll be able to spot them from here without one coming in too close and spooking before I can spot the rest. Okay, that is one tiny elk. I've only heard one bugle, so I believe he may be alone. and we've got a blacktail coming in. He's got a little drop tine on that left side, which is going to count against him. It says 125 to 165. He's going to be probably around the 140 range, maybe smaller than that. I'm really not that concerned about either one of them, except that they're getting about too close for me to slip away. So I am going to take one with the python, whichever one comes closer the quickest. Looks like that bull has won the race here. Well, congratulations. Look at that blacktail hop off. We don't care. We're going to take this bull. About as small a bull as you'll see. And I'm going to work my way up this road north, and I'm going to be tracking, looking for coyotes along the way here. Okay, ran into a bunch of tracks here. There's at least one coyote, a whole bunch of turkey tracks here too. I imagine that there's a bunch of coyotes with as many halos as there are grouped up. And it's fairly fresh, so what I'm going to do is follow this one coyote, hopefully till these tracks break away from the turkey tracks and I can make better sense of them. There we go up here. There's another, that's a male. See, the age is 16 to 29. There's another female. So you'll note that I am crouch walking here. I very rarely walk. Usually only walk after I've made a shot. So they're going up here by the lake where the tracks are showing. And once they get to the lake, now we've got some elk cows. Once they get to the lake, they'll have to either go north or south. So even though this time shows, it's not showing a dark circle yet, they're probably going to be within hearing pretty soon. So we'll keep tracking until I get closer, or we make a decision to call them. Okay, so they've gone northeast here, kind of heading towards the crossroads there, depending on which one of these tracks you believe. This is where it gets tricky, because they are probably within hearing right now, but I'm in a tough place. I'm in pretty heavy woods here. You can see the solid outline there. So the trick is going to be to find a spot, call them to that spot, and then get somewhere and hide. In this kind of terrain, that gets kind of hard to do. So I'm hoping I'll be able to see something over here where it's open. This tree, this would be a great spot to stand or stay crouched after I call, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to head down there, probably right in there, about 35 meters away. I'm going to call, and then I'm going to head back up here to this tree and wait. Hopefully I didn't get so close to them that they come in before I can get set up. That's sometimes a problem too. Here's a nice rock actually that I missed before. I'd like to get on those and lay down. This will probably be better. Okay, let's see what we get. Okay, we're hearing something already. Oh, see them over to the left there. Oh no, one's behind me. I went 30 meters. Oh, we shot a flyer there. I went ahead and shot that one because he was plenty big enough. I'm not sure why I still hear something. Ah, we had one hung up over there. Okay. So yeah, I would usually wait and spot them all, but I had one coming in behind me, and then spotting this one showing 40 to 60. Plenty big enough to take. .52. We'll take it. Let's get a trophy shot. Okay. Now we know there's a bunch of spooked coyotes all over the place. They're going to scatter pretty bad after you shoot one, especially with a rifle. They're going to run off and just get confused for a while. My goal here and now is to not go very far, give them some time to settle down, and then hopefully I'll either hear one or see one, or we'll make a call and bring them back. Okay, to update you guys, after I shot and collected that big male and started collecting tracks in that area, I learned that there were actually 2 packs of coyotes. So there was the pack that I was originally tracking, that I was thought I was getting close enough to call. There was the pack that came in. Now the pack that came in from the other side, and that's why it took me by surprise there. I expected them to come from straight in front, and they came from behind and to the left. So I'm going to cross my fingers here and hope that original pack hadn't spooked from the gunfire. We'll go ahead and spook that black-tailed doe off here. They went north that way by the tower. So my hope here is that they're going to be within hearing still and not spooked by the gunshot. We hope they were far enough away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break out the collar. I'm going to make a call right here where I'm standing, and then I'm going to slip over to the blind and we'll wait a few minutes. Those cows just run around forever after they're spooked. Okay, let's see if we get some action here. Right off the get-go, what do we have? 37 to 49 male in the medium range. I'm going to let him come in. If he'll stop, I'll just take him with the python since he's alone. Okay, good. That'll allow for some more to come in if there's some behind him. If they were bunched up in a group, the others would have spooked. But since he was alone, that was an easy call to make. So we'll hang tight and hopefully have another one. Well, she might run up here and offer me a gimme if she'll stop. Eh. Okay. We'll take that. Scent eliminator has worn off. I'm gonna need that hunting coyotes this close. Showing 8:06 on the hunter mate. We'll give it a few more minutes and then I'll call again. If we don't get anything, then I'll start heading north and get back on those tracks. Okay, we'll collect our coyote. Notice that's a new track. And 42.8. We'll make another call. We'll head to our blind and we'll wait a few minutes here. Okay, it's been a few minutes. I am kind of rushing it a little bit here because I know there is an entire pack that was moving north, so I do want to find them and not let them get too far away from me. The one that came in from the call earlier was different. I believe he was just a loner. I don't think he was a part of either pack. Here's our elk from earlier, and I'm going to head north along the edge of the woods, catch back up with those tracks, and hopefully we'll get within hearing of them. Sometimes you just want to get a couple of does out of the way, so we'll collect those and continue along the route. Look at this mess. We've got a gobbler there in the middle of the road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 black-tailed does. The coyotes were in here and they've been spooked recently, and I don't know what would have spooked them. Obviously I spooked them somehow, but I don't know how. I didn't see anything spook, didn't hear anything spook. I haven't shot anything since those pair of does back by the blind, which is quite a ways away from here. So I'm going to continue northeast and hopefully we'll run into them, let them settle down a little bit. Whoa here. Whew. I got lucky that I never spooked him because I didn't know he was there until I actually crawled to this rock when I heard something, and there he was. That's going to be a decent blacktail, probably around 162 if I'm guessing. one between me and my kill here. Check our coyote track. That's Roman from earlier. I can't get away from these things. We're on a spree now. Let's check our buck here. 148. He's not as big as I thought. I actually did hit that tom. I thought I missed. He's heavy, 9.4 kilograms, but 46. Pretty low score, as expected. So as you can see, we just now made it to the tower. The crazy thing about hunting coyotes here on Whiteheart and on loggers is the same. One of your biggest challenges is not going to be finding them or tracking them or anything like that. It's going to be keeping up with them as they move through all this game that you have to sneak by. See, they just come through in a pack through this field, you know, at a really good fast pace, and you know, as a hunter, you've got to sneak through all this. There's turkeys everywhere. There's two blacktail right over there. You saw I killed a number of blacktail over by the road. Killed an elk cow that jumped right in front of us. There's just animals everywhere, and to get up and walk would mean to bounce those animals, which in turn would eventually, you know, through a chain reaction, would bounce your coyotes and spook them. And so we kind of got in a tough spot over here. I've let them outrun me. I've let them move at a much faster pace than I'm moving. And to be honest, I'm not quite sure what to do about it. I'm going to head up here to the double roads up there and see if I can catch up with them again without spooking everything in the woods. And I'll bring you in when I get some action. There's a small blacktail buck. Doe just went right over the hill. You can see the top of her. And something big is running around here, probably a elk cow. Yep. She looked right at me. Still looking at me. Now she's not. So I'm having a hell of a time just shooting everything between me and the coyotes. I have got a magnet for them today. Okay. Alright, so I've located our pack of coyotes. You can see I've let the tracks get way too old here, around the 40-minute range and 40 to 50-minute range. So I am walking. This is an area up here that doesn't have quite as thick of game as in other places, so hopefully I don't spook too much, and we'll try to catch up with them. Okay, great. We've got a howl. That's what I want right there. So I'm gonna head over here and make a call if I can find a spot that looks good. Let's see, I kind of like that rock right up there, and this little hill here that doesn't have quite as thick of vegetation. So I'm gonna come over here and call, head back up to that rock or maybe that little bald spot up there, and we'll see what comes in. I got lucky there. I didn't have to track as far. They must have went up there and turned around. Kind of like the look of this rock up here, so I'm gonna head up here and lay down on it. Okay, I'm hearing something. There they come. This is gonna be a little close. We had one glitch on the tree there. .7 on this one. And 37.7. Okay, well, I was probably a little bit close to the call spot there, but the wind is blowing northeast, so it worked out. I'm wearing wearing a full ghillie suit. I do still have face paint on, and all that helps. Of course, you could wear summer 3D forest. This terrain, though, you can see, um, doesn't leave you a whole lot of options. So you can't always choose to be 30 meters away from where you call. You don't always have that available to you. The point, though, is just to make a call and to get away from the call spot as far as you can and still see it. That was a good example. It worked out well for us because all of the coyotes in the pack came in here and bunched up. Had I been using a shotgun with a buckshot, who knows how many I could have taken in one shot right there. Okay, guys, it looks like a good place to end it. Again, this was for Bassmaster. Wanted a little help finding coyotes. I hope I was able to help a little bit. So what did we learn about them? Well, for one, they get kind of hard to track when they're moving at a fast pace and they're moving through a lot of game. Because again, you have to move through that game stealthily where they don't. And if they're moving through a lot of blacktail, through a lot of turkeys, a lot of elk, it's going to slow you down, and it's going to make them harder to hunt. The important thing to do is just keep on them, track them until you get close or until you hear one, get that solid line on your hunter mate, and then when you do make a call, make that call and then get out of the way as far as you can, and still make a reliable shot, and be able to see your call spot. This terrain, at least on Whiteheart, is going to be rough a lot of times, and it won't always offer you optimal situation. But if you can get within 25-30 meters of your call spot and still see it, then you're in good shape. So there's a couple of different ways you can hunt them. You can track them like we did, just follow a path until you find tracks and go from there. Or you can hunt one spot. If you know some good locations where they travel, just hunt a spot and call and go to a stand or a blind and rinse and repeat until you have them come in. This hunt started out for coyotes, and we had a lot of things in our way. Ended up having a little blacktail massacre there. I wanted to focus on coyotes, but that's not always possible. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and make up some maps of some of my favorite routes for coyotes, and I'll put those up here on the screen. As far as your camo, if you have summer 3D forest, you can wear that. Obviously you can wear the ghillie suit like I did today, but you're going to want to move less. If you have the ghillie suit on, it makes noise, so once you call, you're going to have to stay put. You can't just keep trying to reposition yourself like you would be able to with the 3D forest. If you have face paint, use it, and if you have scent eliminator, use it. If you don't, then just mind the wind. When you make your call and reposition yourself, make sure that you do so in a way that doesn't carry the scent right to your call spot. So